With 7 confirmed cases of COVID-19 now in Tennessee, Governor Bill Lee maintains his state health department has a great deal of preparedness, announcing federal help has arrived.
Tracking coronavirus, State Capitol reporter Chris Bungard hearing from lawmakers in Nashville as we learn more help is on the way.
As state health officials concentrate on COVID-19, what are people doing in close quarters, like up here at the state capitol? In Capitol Hill's legislative hallways, you'll see hugs and a few novel ways of saying hi. But avoiding the novel coronavirus COVID-19 with the elbow bump is often an afterthought.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you for the elbow bump.
While it was mentioned at the large event where he was speaking, Governor Bill Lee showed a handshake is a lifetime habit that's hard for all of us to break. But his speech touched on COVID-19 for several minutes.
And we are working really hard to remind folks to stay focused on what we know and to not respond to the things that we don't know.
The speech was before the Greater Nashville Chamber of Commerce. Its CEO offered what he called a prudent and cautious business approach to COVID-19.
But it is important for people to continue to be present, to be going to the places that they like to go to and being a part of the economy.
But with more conventions and public gatherings either limited or canceled, the governor knows questions come back to him. Could he declare a state of emergency?
We talked about that, and when we will have a state of emergency will likely be when we see clusters of affected patients, where a different strategy than what we have right now is needed.
The governor added the state has received $10 million from the federal government for current needs of COVID-19. But what about lingering questions for testing kits that numbered less than 200 statewide late Monday?
We believe that we're going to have sufficiently enough tests as this week unfolds.
As nearly everyone in these legislative hallways knows, the number of people needing the testing is growing daily. Reporting from the state capitol, Chris Bungard.
And we should note the governor said he was on the phone Monday with Vice President Pence, who said 4 million COVID-19 tests could be shipped by the federal government by the end of the week.
And so far, there is no vaccine for the coronavirus, but among those working on one is the research facility Texas Biomed, and they are, we're told, making some progress. Researchers there are in phase 1 of creating a vaccine, growing a small sample of the virus into test tubes. They'll then see if they can block the replication of the virus before doing a round of animal tests.
The urgency is there because we know we need to have a vaccine. We have the brightest minds working towards a common goal. So I'm confident that soon we'll have something that would benefit anybody who's infected with it.
San Antonio facility is one of about a dozen in the country right now conducting preventative research. They're working with other labs to share their findings and move quickly on creating the new vaccine.